We know not everyone can keep up with all the news from the week, and that's why CBS News Colorado has gathered stories that topped our website from the last 5 days. So here's a look at some of the stories that garnered the most interest on CBSColorado.com. In Aurora, another update involving those apartment buildings that have been in the news lately. Aurora's police chief has declared the properties a criminal nuisance. They're operated by CBZ Property Management. In the letter to CBZ attorneys sent on Monday, the city warns the property owners will be responsible for providing assistance to any tenants affected by the potential closure of the apartments. We've learned October 14th is the earliest the city will move to close 6 apartment buildings on Dallas Street. A man is sentenced to 64 years in prison for possessing $340,000 worth of fentanyl. 36-year-old Jorge Garcia Loya was convicted on multiple drug-related charges in August. Those charges include 2 counts of possession with intent to distribute fentanyl. Last Friday, a judge sentenced Garcia Loya to 64 years in the Colorado Department of Corrections. Construction is underway on a highly anticipated road project in Douglas County. Crystal Valley Interchange has been discussed since the 1980s, and now it's finally here. Your reporter Olivia Young was there on Tuesday as crews poured concrete on a bridge over I-25. The interchange will connect the east and west sides of Castle Rock. Thousands of new homes and a new Costco are being built in the rapidly growing area. This interchange will make room for all of those new homeowners and traffic.
Congestion at Plum Creek Parkway is creating unsafe conditions with traffic basically backing up into the through lanes of I-25. This interchange will help with that congestion problem.
The project is scheduled to be finished by the summer of 2027. As we all know, delays will most likely happen as they work to complete this project. Colorado Parks and Wildlife says a man killed a mountain lion with a shovel. This happened at a campground just west of Canyon City in Fremont County. The man tells CPW the mountain lion was acting aggressively toward him and his dog. There's now an investigation into the incident, and although the animal was acting unusual and extremely aggressive, the incident does not qualify as a mountain lion attack under CPW guidelines. When people are catching a ride to the airport or going out for a drink, they'll often opt for a rideshare, usually Uber or Lyft. But those apps often prioritize profits for the company, classifying drivers as independent contractors, meaning they get less benefits. Now there's a new option for Coloradans. Your reporter Tori Mason tells us more.
For many Coloradans, their office is the car. Gig workers sharing the road say rideshare apps aren't sharing the fares.
We're lucky to make $10 an hour some days.
Mason Lodger's been driving Lyft for 3 years. The apps face years of battles over their treatment of workers and compensation.
They get 60 to 70, sometimes even 80% of the fares depending on the day, and the riders get an unfair cost and the drivers get treated unfairly.
Uber, you have to be kidding me.
Some rideshare drivers like Johnny post their unfair fares on social media.
$13.79 to drive 24 miles. This is from the airport going all the way to downtown.
Meanwhile, that rider's paying around $60.
No pun intended, it's highway robbery.
Now Lodger drives for Co-op Colorado. It works like Lyft and Uber, but offers better conditions and better pay.
80% of our each fare goes back to drivers.
Mensanji with the Rocky Mountain Employee Ownership Center says they keep costs low by cutting out the middleman.
We don't need to have our CEO, whom we need to pay zillions of dollars.
I requested identical rides with Lyft and Co-op. Co-op's fare was 50 cents less. There are background checks, vehicle inspections, and Co-op is the only app that requires dash cams. Over 6,000 riders have signed up.
You're getting a cheaper ride and you're giving more money to your driver. It's kind of a win for everybody.
For a more in-depth look of these stories and the rest of the news you may have missed this week, you can visit our website, cbscolorado.com.